Well, thank you for joining the West Central Minnesota Small Business Development Center. We are very excited to have our consultant Shannon Burns talk about what Small Business Saturday will look like in 2020, this very unusual year. Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here with everyone. What will Small Business Saturday look like in 2020? If anyone remembers, Small Business Saturday started in 2010. Which was in the throes of the Great Recession. And so really it was developed to help people who were small business owners and help community members draw attention to purchasing locally from small businesses 10 years ago now. It really got a lot of traction and support in 2011 with the second year of participating in Small Business Saturday. But the American Express found that people were just not shopping as locally as possible. And so they really wanted to start this initiative to help people support those local businesses in really what was the last, really difficult time for all of us. And so I think that we can learn a little bit from what happened then, and we can use some of those tips and tricks now and take them, 10 years into the future with added technology, added social media presence, more resources, and really, I think more community connection, because that Shop Local initiative has been in effect for 10 years. Now, I want to start off by talking about the elephant in the room for all of us during this particular difficult time, which is, of course, my screen will work, safety first. So, I know that we have some North Dakota people on, and in theory, this could apply to any state. We're in Minnesota, so every state, as we know, has different guidelines, but I really want to talk about safety first. And, in Minnesota, we do have a mask mandate indoors. Workers and customers are required to wear masks inside retail, inside restaurant to their table. But really and truly, I want to talk more about things like making sure that you have your compliance plan in place if you're a retailer, making sure that you know what your capacity limits are for your state, and that you're able to adhere to those, and make sure that you're able to have discussions with your customers if they aren't being compliant. The National Retailers Association put out a really amazing article, and I'm happy to share it with Amy afterward if people are interested. You can pop it in the chat. But they talked about how, what happens, and I've gotten a lot of these questions locally with my clients and the local small businesses is, well, what do you do if someone isn't being compliant that comes into your shop? How do you handle that? And the National Retail Association says, treat non-compliant customers as you would any other customer violating a store policy. So if you think about your other store policies that you have, and if a customer is violating that, in theory, you ask them to leave. In theory, you ask them to become compliant, to change their behavior. And in this case, you would do the same. I think, the big thing is making sure that you understand what your state requires of you as a retailer or as a small business, and making sure that you are, you have your plan in place, you are following all of those guidelines, and you're posting signage, whatever that is. In Minnesota, we have the Wear Your Mask graphics that small businesses are posting. In other states, I've seen, other kinds of literature in North Dakota, South Dakota, etc. And so I think it's really important that we think about, not only supporting small business, but making sure that we're ensuring that we're following the guidelines that our retailers have, our legislators, our governors, our lawmakers have put into place, and whether we agree with them or not, making sure that we are following those so that we can continue to keep our small businesses thriving and open and, supported. So start early, start right now. It's really important to think big when you are trying to encourage people to shop small. I really want to see retailers starting to do social media posts right now. Thought, start with Saturdays leading up to November 28th. Might as well start talking about it, start doing dedicated social media posts that discuss Small Business Saturday. Check us out. Maybe you update your website copy. Maybe there's signage. Maybe you're previewing your special inventory that you're going to be offering during that time. Maybe you're showing, if you're a retail shop that offers gifts, maybe you're taking snapshots of some of those gifts that are starting to come in. Maybe you do box unveilings as you get the boxes in to your shop. Maybe you're trying to liquidate inventory that didn't move during the first part of the year, and that's what you're going to focus your deep discounts on. Do some posts about that. Talk about how it would be, either if it's apparel, maybe it's great for next season or great for next summer. Maybe if it's gifts, you think about posting those things. I think it's really important also to hint at the sales and discounts that you're going to have. A lot of people that I've started talking to about this have said, oh, well, I don't want people to not shop right now. Well, think about the winter season. Think about where, at least regionally where we are, we have more of our lulls, and think about the fact that if people are going to buy gifts, they're probably going to buy them around that time. And so hint at the sales and discounts. Maybe offer some of your sales and discounts early. Maybe I saw something, I read an article that stated that some businesses were going to do every Saturday. They were going to have a different discount that was going to be part of their Small Business Saturday discount package. And they're going to start offering those one at a time leading up to Small Business Saturday. And then they're just going to do a big promotion on Small Business Saturday. So perhaps if you want to get people into your store right now, you start offering those Small Business Saturday discounts. I also have heard that people are going to extend their Small Business Saturday discounts all the way through the holiday season, and perhaps even after, so that people can continue to jumpstart that off season, that winter season, where perhaps they already are slower, and extend those discounts and extend those special inventories for a longer period of time. I think, the big thing with social media posts is make sure, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in the webinar, but make sure that you're really drawing attention to why supporting small business is important, and really focusing on that community connection. Updating website copy, if it's something that you do on your own already, make sure that this all should be pretty low budget. We don't want to take away from our revenues at this time. We don't want to, spend too much on advertising, although I will talk a little bit more about social media advertising as we get through this webinar. But update your website copy. Say, think of us for Small Business Saturday. Talk about what Small Business Saturday is all about. Share how how Small Business Saturday has impacted your business in the past. We've had 10 years to look at data within our own small businesses about how this Small Business Saturday has helped us. And so talk about that. Maybe you have photos from last year that you want to show on your social media posts these Saturdays leading up. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, we really want to focus. And also I should note that big box retailers and other retailers, they're not planning on being open on Thanksgiving, so you don't have to fight with that. Black Friday shopping will look different. Think about offering Black Friday deals for Small Business Saturday as well. Really, if you can start early and start either showcasing or starting to offer some of these sales and discounts now, you're going to really drive traffic into your store for that time, and or encourage people to shop when they're ready. Because of the uncertainty of this time, people's incomes are shifting. People, are maybe trying to spread out their holiday shopping a little bit more. And so by offering some of these sales and discounts now, it's going to only help encourage your consumer to come in versus, you know, having them spend all of their money at one time. The experts are saying that people, if they're going to be shopping, they want to shop local. They want to get those deals from the local retailers, but they also want to make sure that they are they're, you know, being aware of their pocketbook. And so if you can spread those deals out across that time, that's going to also help your consumer. Maybe they want to come in a couple of times during the next couple of months, and you can facilitate that for them. And feel free to jump in if you have questions. I was going to ask at the beginning if anyone has specific questions or things that they want to learn, but feel free to either unmute yourself or jump in, or add to the chat, and we can make sure that we have those questions answered at the end of this webinar. So regionally, I do a lot of social media classes for small businesses, and regionally Facebook is king, or queen, however you want to call it. But I want to encourage people to really look at using hashtags and Instagram. If you have not started using Instagram as a small business, now is a great time to do it. The hashtags for Small Business Saturday are really, really well used, and people are using those to find out who is participating in Small Business Saturday. So if you want to show people that you're participating using these hashtags, because of course people can follow hashtags. I follow a lot of hashtags that I care about, and it's one of those things to be sure that you're using these hashtags all the time. You're using them on all of your posts so that people know that you are aware of Small Business Saturday, that you're really encouraging you, you know, shoppers and your community to shop small, and that you are really wanting to participate in this event as a collaborative effort. A picture speaks 1,000 words. We all know that phrase. Use a graphic design tool. There are plenty of them out there. I love Canva. It's free. They always try to get you to sign up for their subscription, but you can use it for free. And there's tons of amazing graphic tools that you can use to make really nice images. Photograph your sneak peeks. Photograph those, that inventory. Do graphics about what sales you're going to have. I think that raw photography is best for our local small businesses. I think that there's a space on your website, or if you're doing a particular kind of promotion or ad, that more professional photography or more professional graphic work is appropriate. But I feel that the raw photography or raw videos, and make sure you're adding in videos. Videos are huge. Make sure you're talking about what you're going to be offering on Small Business Saturday. It can just be however you are. Come as you are, because you want your customers to come as they are, and you don't want to feel pretentious, or that you're you know, inaccessible, or that you're offering something that isn't for them. So make sure that you're just using a variety of different graphic tools. And of course, Instagram is owned by Facebook. They're the same business, the same company. And so you want to make sure that you're tying them together as well to your Facebook page. They tie together very easily. You can easily post from Instagram to Facebook, and just make sure that you're using the tools that you have available to you through social media. I want to go back to the hashtag thing. I think it's really important to use the Shop Small hashtag in particular. That's the American Express one. All of these are used for Small Business Saturday worldwide, but the Shop Small hashtag is the one that is most readily used by and followed by the small business community in reference to Small Business Saturday. Obviously, you can use Shop Small Saturday as people are leading up to that. That one is going to become more and more popular. It kind of falls away, but use Shop Small all the time in your hashtag bundle. Make sure that you are including those. On Instagram, you can use up to 30 hashtags. You can put them in your post, you can put them in the comment. There are varying philosophies around those. I mean, I'm sure Amina would have different opinions about those as well. But I think no matter what, hashtags are going to get you the most traction, and find out if you have local hashtags. I know I'm in Alexandria and we have a handful of local hashtags that people are using. Our Downtown Merchants Association has their own and is really active. They did a fall preview one that I'm encouraging people to continue to use. So I think it's really important to figure out what your community is using, but also use some of those statewide retail hashtags or some of the national ones, so that if someone is coming to your area during the holiday season, which many people travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, if that's happening, they know where they can shop small on Small Business Saturday and who's participating. All right, web and curbside. More is more. Options are essential. There was a huge push in Minnesota, particularly at the beginning of the shutdown, where people were offering curbside pickup for retail. People were offering call-in options or ordering off the website, and people could, pick up their apparel or their gifts with no contact. I've seen some of that continue, and I've seen some of it fall away, at least with the areas that I work within. But I think that providing people with options, because the comfort level of many people is different. And if they're going to shop online because they don't want to have contact with someone, give them an opportunity to shop online with you. Maybe you don't have an e-commerce website. That's okay. Post, and again, this is why posting your Small Business Saturday inventory ahead of time, or your deals ahead of time, is essential, so that they can start to shop your social media page and really see what you have to offer. Maybe get excited about something, whether it's a gift, whether it's, a holiday outfit. People are still going to dress up for the holidays, even if within their own families. People are still going to do gift giving for the holidays, even if they're not traveling. And so I think, making it easy to have people shop either on your social media page, or of course, if your website has that accessibility. And then think about things like curbside pickup, delivery even. Know that you're a small business. Know that you are in a small community for the most part in our region. And know that your customers are going to care if you are going above and beyond. Now, delivery doesn't make sense for everyone. Also think about the possibility of doing shipping. So if someone wants to ship their grandmother a gift, go to the post office, figure out what those flat rate boxes cost. Figure out some of those things. You don't even have to go to the post office. You can go online to find out what those flat rate boxes are, and think about kind of your top gift sellers or top merchandise sellers, and make sure that if someone wants to ship something, that you can offer that for them, and then say, okay, well, you have to pay the $5 shipping fee or the $20 shipping fee or whatever it is. Again, don't take it out of your bottom line, but offer people options. If they don't use them, that's okay. And don't go out and buy a ton of flat rate boxes or shipping materials. Just offer it as a service, so that people know that you care and that you're willing to go above and beyond during this time to make things easy for them and safe for them. There are a lot of people who, have not ventured out since the shutdown times, particularly in Minnesota. I know that there are a lot of people just who really, they've been ordering all their groceries in, for whatever reasons, health reasons, whatever it is, and make sure that you are able to offer them those services. Maybe it's, I see it on your social media page, send us a direct message or give us a call. Sure. Will you maybe have an influx of emails or direct messages or calls? Perhaps, but it's probably not going to be any more unmanageable or any less manageable than what your normal day-to-day activity would look like, because these are customers who are just choosing not to come in for a face-to-face interaction. I think, the more you can do, the better. So provide people with options. And I just think that this also translates to new ways of doing business, and continuing to tap into offering these kinds of services past Small Business Saturday is going to continue to allow you to keep your business strong and thriving, and make sure that that you're not not having an experience of well, I can't go to that store because I don't want to venture out, or I went there and it was just too packed for me, which is a good thing for the retailer, but also might be something that is of concern. Deb says, I feel like the more we find unique ways to build relationship, the better. We shouldn't underestimate the power of a thank you for supporting us. Absolutely, Deb. I really think that it's important to thank people for their support. Thank people as part of your leading up posts. Thank people for supporting you through this difficult time. Absolutely. Thank people for supporting, supporting the community. Encourage support of small businesses. Yeah, the more we can find unique ways to build a relationship, the better. Absolutely, absolutely. So that leads me, oops.
Can I just pop in,
Yeah,
Shannon?
pop in.
You talk, I'm sorry, my brain and I get going.
No, it's good. Go.
And when you were talking, I just all of a sudden, I love your idea of every Saturday from now until then, start building up this, like I have this whole list of things already that are popping. And one idea in this building relationship idea is that all of these small businesses employ people that we know within our communities. Mm-hmm. What would it look like on those Saturday posts to say, we'd love for you to meet Arnold. Arnold has been working with us for and has been with us throughout COVID. When you've been purchasing from us, Arnold has been ... We thank you. Arnold thanks you. And here's what we want to do for you on Small Business Saturday. Like kind of just almost like there's so many angles that can work from and different places that it will tie into. So I don't know, the idea popped when we were talking, because what's different now is that people have had experiences through COVID they've never had before. Mm-hmm. And the people who have stayed working to keep food on our tables or to do all these other things, right? It's a big deal thing. Yeah. And so there's so many industries that I think could really highlight some of their staff. And also that becomes a kudo for the staff member, right? Because it's that employee recognition that can boost somebody up too. So I think there's multiple. So I love that you're bringing this in the space. And I had to jump on because this could work for this. Absolutely. Well, and as always, Deb and I are on the same wavelength because we want to show love for our community, which is the next slide. So show love. What do you love about your community? Share your startup story. How long have you been in business? Showcase your employees. Showcase the collaborations you have within your community. Talk about local pride. Talk about the students that you employ. There's a really amazing retailer across the street from me, and she employs high school students, and she's talked about them and how she's able to employ them throughout this difficult time, and how she's able to support their growth in understanding business and mentorship and all of those things. So sharing those stories, I think, is really important. Not just sharing, what's happening in the shop or what's been happening throughout this time, but how long have you been in business? How long have you been part of this community? Is it 40 years? Is it 3 years? Is it you started last January and COVID hit and here you are? Talk about that. Talk about what you care about within the community. What do you love? What do you love about the small business community? How do you support each other? I think it's so important to continue to be positive during this time, to continue to be supportive, to continue to show that as small business communities, we can uplift each other and really come from a place of love. There's been so much fear and judgment and hate and tragedy that has happened throughout the last number of months that has been just in our faces all the time. And I think that it's so important to be able to
really show how you have come through this situation. Yeah, Sherry says, I think it's great. I love your melon hats. I know those guys, they are amazing. And their hats are really expensive. But yes, 50% of the profits go to pediatric cancer. So sharing the things that you're doing within your community, whether it's, we support the high school students in working, we support our local community this way. We support our local athletes. We support, the local arts this way. We're sponsoring the virtual play that's happening. Whatever it is, talk about how you're doing that within the community. The social component, yes, Deb, is becoming so much more relevant. And we've seen that. And I think that Small Business Saturday really has built that over the last decade. It really has allowed for us to see that collaboration. We now know that logo, that Shop Small logo. We now know, when we have that American Express symbol, whether we take American Express or not as a small business, that we are shopping local through that program. I don't want to tout American Express or a credit card. That's not what I'm doing here. But, they have done so much to really open the doors, yes, Deb, for collaboration within the small business community. And Deb says, for example, one of our restaurants serves meat from one of the local butchers, bread from the bakery, and the proceeds each month's going somewhere different. Exactly. So that's huge. We're not just talking about retailers. We're talking about supporting your local restaurants, supporting your local brew pubs. Are you, getting a growler, or are you going and ordering takeout, or going and eating in person? Why are we as consumers wanting to support our local business, and why do you want consumers to continue to do that? All right, let's see. So we'll talk more about collaboration in a moment, but consider the sure thing. So at the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of people were pushing gift cards because we couldn't shop in person. We couldn't go dine in person. And that is so huge right now. There's a couple benefits to small business about doing gift cards. One, they're a great gift, right? They're gift cards. Branded swag is also great in crowdfunding campaigns, but gift cards are so huge because of the redemption rates on gift cards. They are something that's, you get the money in your pocket today as a small business retailer, and you don't have to worry about waiting for later on. And you potentially get someone new into your store who receives that gift card. But it's, you don't have to wait for someone to buy that dinner, or to, come in and dine in, or to come and buy that gift. You're offering a gift card. People can buy it anytime. Do a gift card push before Small Business Saturday. Offer people gift cards. Maybe it's, if you buy something valued at X right now, you get, an X dollar gift card included. I've seen a lot of businesses doing that. If you spend $50, you get a $10 gift card. And so it's, yes, it is a cost to you, but it also gives people an opportunity to give something away that then would bring someone back into your business, whether it's them in a second interaction, or bringing someone new into your store. Branded swag is also really huge. This is really great for any business, but particularly the service industry, restaurants, coffee shops, breweries, even retailers. I see a ton of retailers that have their own branded swag, and I think it's really awesome. Sweatshirts with your logo. These are things that you can sell in your store all the time, but offer an additional advertising opportunity for people to see your brand and to see, oh, I haven't shopped at that store before. I keep seeing this sweatshirt around. I wonder what they're all about. Or, yeah, I really should go in there and buy a gift. I keep forgetting about them. I think that's really important. I have seen an uptick in crowdfunding campaigns as well, things like Kickstarter, but also just people doing their own crowdfunding campaigns. If there's, something that you're really working toward within your business, and that additional traction between now and Small Business Saturday, or now and the end of the year, that kind of fourth quarter push is really going to help you, do a crowdfunding campaign. That includes if you spend X number of dollars, you get this piece of swag for free. Things like that. It allows people to have buy-in into your business without buying into an ownership situation, but really to support you and to offer another way to maybe give a gift if they really want that sweatshirt, but they're willing to spend $50 to get a sweatshirt instead of the sweatshirt being $35 that they would give as a gift anyway. Many people who are thriving during this time are willing to support their small businesses in different ways. So think about a goal that you want to reach, think about the why, and think about potentially doing that crowdfunding. I want to go back to collaboration, because all of these things really come back to the showing your love, the more is more, the level up, do the sure thing. I think it's really important to support each other. Deb's been talking about it, we've been talking about it during this webinar, but without continuing to support each other, particularly in what is such a polarizing time, both from a global perspective, a local perspective. We're in a heavy election year. We've got, a pandemic looming over us. I think it's so important for us to collaborate, to support other businesses, talk to other businesses, see what they're doing for Small Business Saturday. Maybe the coffee shop is willing to do some sort of promo with you. Maybe the local restaurant is interested in doing some sort of promotion for you, or having your business card or something there as well. Maybe you have a local social media influencer that you could tap into and contact. I think really tapping into our local organizations and associations for support during this time and always is really important to, in Alexandria, we have a thriving Downtown Merchants Association. I know during Small Business Saturday push, they always bring around the swag from the American Express. You can actually locate them, and any local supporters of Small Business Saturday on the Shop Small website. You can enter in your zip code and see who is near you, who supports Small Business Saturday from an association standpoint. Places like the Chamber of Commerce or your local economic development agencies, tap into them. Tap into the Small Business Development Center, tap into us as consultants. If you're not, you want to implement some of these things, but you're just not sure how. We're all here to help you, and we're all here to work together to make sure that there is an opportunity during this time, and there's an opportunity to thrive and collaborate and find that growth during this really uncertain season. So I think, we couldn't collaborate more right now. We couldn't try to be less polarized right now. We really need to be sure that we're thinking about what is the most important for everyone and what everyone really truly cares about, which is making sure that our small businesses continue to survive and thrive, and making sure that we are all working together as a collective small business community to make sure that we are we're helping each other out. We're holding each other's hand when we need to hold each other's hand. We're showing the love when we need to show the love, because really without it, what do we have? We have individual businesses on Main Street that are doing their own thing in their own silo, and it's just, we can't do it without each other. We just cannot do it without each other. So there are some upcoming webinars happening here. Deb has a couple coming up. The next one is October 14th at 9 o'clock. I want to give Deb a few moments to talk about that and talk about what that's going to be all about. And then I'm going to turn it over to Amy to talk about the other one that we're going to mention. And then we'll have some time for additional questions and commentary at the end. So Deb, take it away. I'm
Thank
putting Deb on
you.
the spot. I didn't tell her ahead of time that she
No worries. Thanks and great job. So products and offers really is about, if I'm holding up two different jars of the same thing, they're both products, right? They might be the same price, but if I can put offers around that product, I may actually not only be able to leverage that, I'm probably going to be able to find a way to make even more money. And so you might have 5 shops selling the same type of items, but if we can put the offers together in a way that really speaks to your customers, you will be able to draw people into your shop. You'll be able to make more sales online. And obviously you're going to gain a better customer base and be able to leverage your products more effectively. So that's what we're going to cover in products and offers. And it has a fun little slideshow that Amy put together that goes with it. So I think that you'll enjoy that. The following week, I will actually be doing what's important now. And that will help you get focused in on how to prioritize, delegate, and release items, because we all have a lot going on right now. And the goal is to help you get focused in and really know where to put your attention and focus now, so that you can be more effective in every day, not only like how you're responding, but so that you can actually be really responsive to things and not just reactive all the time. So it really gives you a nice 3-step process for that. So I'm super excited to share that with everyone. Make sure you register.
Yes. And Amy, there are some other awesome things that other organizations are presenting, and you always do such a great job of telling us how, about new learning opportunities. So maybe you want to mention this one that's coming up as well.
Yep, this one is actually done by Google, and it seems like a great opportunity. You can just type in the, what do you call this? Do you call this a handle? goo.gle/grow on air October, I believe it's 14. And it's just about how to use some of those online tools to help get some aspects of your business online, like Shannon was talking about. I really feel like these 3 webinars, the Small Business Saturday Today, the products and offers, followed by this Google, would be a great way to get you started and ready for your holiday season, your holiday retail season, to get online and figure out how to package what you want to package.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely echo that. I think that there are so many opportunities here. There are a few more that I've seen that are coming out that I'll share with Amy and make sure that she shares with everyone else. I think that, you know, the more we can learn about how to market our businesses, the more we can learn how to collaborate with other businesses, because that doesn't come naturally all the time. Collaboration. We are all, as Deb said, we all have so much going on. We're all kind of in our own silos sometimes. And, you know, where do I start? How do I have that conversation with the neighboring business on how to collaborate, or how do I put my content online? It's just, you know, tap into these webinars, tap into the support of your local organizations, tap into the support of our SBDC consultants. We're here to help you. We're here to help navigate through this time and always and into the future. So with that, if there are any questions, feel free. Otherwise, if you're seeing this at a later date and you have questions that you want to ask of me, feel free to field them through a direct message through social media, or directly to Amy at the SBDC. I think that they're, you know, I'm more than happy to answer questions at any time, and there's a lot of opportunity for us to have dialogue after the fact. So if you're seeing this at a later date on social media, please reach out and ask your questions. I know that Amy can get them to me if you have them. So with that, if there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. I think we had some good like Q&A throughout the session.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say great job. I'm gonna I have this page in the back side full of notes, Shannon, from today.
Great.
So thank you
Thanks.
for great insight, not only for my own stuff, but also to share with clients as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it looks like Sherry says this is great. Thank you. Shannon, I wanted to reinforce that too. I love the idea of collaboration and sharing the love, helping to grow our communities by reaching out to one another and reminding everyone of what is important.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you
thank
know,
you.
there was at the beginning of the pandemic, there was this "we're all in this together" mantra, and I've heard that fall away. I haven't been hearing that as much, but really, we're all in this together. And so let's continue to remember that. And in spite of everything that we're experiencing right now, I think it's really important to note that we're all in this together. And I thank you so much for joining. I thank you so much for participating, and we look forward to connecting again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Thanks everyone for being here.